So, Anthropic dropped a new update for Claude Code. You can now add Claude directly on your GitHub PRs and in your issues, straight on your repositories. Today, we're going to be talking all about how to set this up and how I've been leveraging it on my own workflows. Let's go. So, the GitHub repository in question that we're working with today is my custom coding rules that I carry around with me to every single new project that I go on. Instead of having to create the same old cursor rules on Claude rules, I just create like a single repository that can allow me to just do an npx command, and then it just brings all my stuff down for me. So we're going to be integrating Claude Code right into this here today. So first of all, you're going to want to start off by initializing your Claude Code inside of your repository if you haven't already. Like, this is an absolute must in order to allow Claude Code to be able to navigate properly throughout the entirety of your repository. I found that without this, like, it just doesn't perform right. I mean, it's necessary as well. It's the initialization step, and it's the first step of many before we begin here. So if you haven't already, then, it's always good to do this. So while that gets going and we allow that initialization step, we'll open up a new and fresh Claude Code. This is what I love about Claude. You can just keep having different agents spun up. So now we're going to type in the command, which is necessary, allow all edits. So the command which we need is /github. Oops. Oh, this one is finished, so we can go back actually. So we can say /git install GitHub app, right? So it says this is huge because you only can do it per repository, I found. So then once we go in, it's gonna open up a other window on screen. I'll carry it over. It's gonna look something like this. If you haven't installed it already, just literally click install and you'll be finished. So once that's done, now we're gonna say our workflow file already exists. Yeah, because I had already installed it. So I'm gonna update the workflow file with my new and latest GitHub Actions. So let me open up. So the browser is gonna open up, or you can click on it on screen here, and you can click on authorize. So it looks like that on your screen. So you just click on authorize. And then from there, it's going to create an entire PR just for you. It's pretty cool. Like, so it's going to go through and it's going to do everything it needs. So once that's over, let's pull back up to the browser here. So now we're going to have a full PR that we're going to create. After we create the PR, yeah, there we go, merging. And you'll know, yeah, so I, had it from previous, so it's gonna show this on my end, right? So one thing to note, that without this PR, it will just not work. Like, it just won't work. That's something to, so you have to merge this into your own repositories to get this up and running. Right, so we've just created the PR request, and we're now going to create a new issue, right? We're gonna say, let's say I want to update my task management rules, right? Gonna add Claude. So yeah, you'll know when it works when you add and Claude is there with you. So add Claude. I want to create. Actually, I'll use my voice to text feature. So I want to update my task management ruling to include industry best practices. Something really simple. Let's get that out there. So now, for project management, for project management, there we go. So I'm gonna create it. And now that I've added Claude and I've told it what I want, right? In a few seconds, what you're gonna find is that there's gonna be a little pop-up area right here. What's gonna come in and let us know that Claude is actually going to work at the current moment. Pretty cool stuff. Like, I've been leveraging this since it dropped immediately because this is crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. Right. So one quick thing I forgot to mention is that you have to give it access to your specific repository. So if you see here, it has access to my repo where I do a lot of my business work. So now if we come here and we say, rules. Yeah. So coding rules. So now I've given it access to my rules folder. Right, so once you give it that instruction, Claude will pop up and it'll tell you what is going on. So I'm analyzing this and I'll get back to you. So we'll leave it open, and yeah, I didn't even have to wait too long. So it breaks on the to-do list. Then you're gonna be able to, from there, after which, like, create a PR request and actually merge it into your code base. So it's pretty cool stuff. Like, it should be noted, however, what I figured out recently is that because I was going through a lot of their documentation, this actually runs up your GitHub like actions billing. Every free user, if you're on the free plan, gets $2,000 per month. I've been using this consistently since it launched yesterday, and I've run up and I've done so far 3 PRs, like really comprehensive PRs, and it's cost me 3 cents. So take that at face value, because I was just doing like fast API endpoints, and I also was like, because Claude Code can also run like code as well, so it's also prompting it to like create content for me and all the little niche things that I could use to help me out instead of having to, you know, create content myself and to push it other places, right? So I'm gonna let that do its thing. We can come back to that. How I've been leveraging it in my own repository for my company Nightshade AI is that I wanted to create an endpoint to web script data from Toolfolio, because I'm gonna be creating an automated newsletter shortly enough, and I created this PRD inside of like Claude Code, like prompting away. I have like my own prompt that I use to create PRDs exactly kind of how I want them, and this is what it came up with from Claude Code. Slapped and paste this in here, and then we can see here, created a linear, and then I added Claude, and then it just did it. Like it completely did it. And then from here, say okay, man, extract endpoint, save tools by URL. I was able to pull it down, and as you can, and I was able to, well, from here, I was able to then create a PR request and then, you know, just test it and pull it down on mine. It works perfectly, like nothing. I mean, it did let me know like a few other issues that were there, and I corrected them eventually. So as you can see, so you can just tell it, you know, just a minor formatting issues with dependency injection, and then it goes in and it does it. And the cool thing is that it actually can test changes, which is very interesting. And just changes. I have it on learning mode, so I get my insights, and then it gives you like a comprehensive overview, like an overview of what was done as well. And then let's go into some little niche activities that I was doing. So I also created a rule so that doesn't happen again, like the minor issues that we just spoke about before don't happen again. So that's really helpful as well, just constantly creating rules, so that way you don't have to repeat yourself, you know. And it creates like the scaffolding of the kind of project that you want to have. Joel Dean said, you know, humble before the models, right? You know, you have to come at the level at which you're at. And I think this is a great example where for these rules, like I understand what it's saying, so I have it create a rule for me in that way. So yeah, scroll down even further to where it was. Yeah, so great. So this is very interesting, because I thought to myself, I was like, wait, if this is just Claude like force on it, right, in just GitHub, it means that I should be able to execute on a lot of the like content creation things that I would normally do inside of Cursor, but now kind of pushed over to GitHub. So here we have it. Like, so I asked it, I said, hey, don't change any code, and I just create this XML style prompting detail for like what was done, right? I told it what postel was. I used postel to create my content, and it gave me a full like XML formatted ready for postel. You know, I mean, it got it wrong, postal integration, but the idea is that it spoke about the code, you know, for an XML style prompt. And then I kind of went a bit further. I was like, yo, give me an N8N, you know, like tooling, like an N8N prompt for this as well, you know. And I said, hey, here's what my N8N, you know, workflow looks like right now. And it gave me a full N8N also workflow. So it really is kind of crazy, you know, at where we're at now. Like, you're completely abstracted away from the entire coding pipeline, and now it's just being outsourced. I had to download GitHub on my phone earlier so I can like just type these out quickly and just be like, oh, I want this to happen, I want that. That about wraps up today's video, just showcasing you guys how to get up and running with Claude Code on your GitHub repositories and your PR requests and your issues. If you have any more like use cases you'd want me to talk about for Claude Code, please leave them in the comments. I'm actually in this like builder phase, and I'm really wanting to try out different use cases for Claude Code. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.